Couldn't pay my bills. Lord, doctor shook his head. Lord, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I would not have made it. 2010 ain't been my friend. Lord, I made it. If you love the Lord, give him a hand. Giving honor to God who's head of our lives and maker and creator of all mankind. It is a privilege to be here one more time. Last time, the first time we was here, we said the good news is that the bad news was wrong. The last time we was here, we said that we were down, but we're not out. And so the Lord has given us a new word tonight. And so as we move and transition out of 2010 and usher in 2011, we must acknowledge that in spite of our complaints, God has been good. In spite of difficulties, God has been good. So I'm going to share 3 scriptures with you real quick. Psalms 95:6 reads, "O come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker." Matthew 7:7 says, "Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you." Philippians 3:10 reads, "That I might know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being made conformable unto his death." Going to talk to you briefly from the subject, kneel, knock, and know. Kneel, knock, and know. I profess tonight to be guilty of something that many of us are guilty of, that is giving the devil too much credit for our blessing. We have given the devil credit for the problems and difficulties that we faced in 2010. We have allowed him to basically take the blame and shoulder the brunt of our own foolishness. And we've also given God the blame for our circumstances and our situations in 2010. But I stopped by to tell you today that a lot of what has happened to us has nothing to do with the devil or God punishing us, but our own failure to establish the right relationship with him. And so what we like to do is provide you with just a few things so that when you move into 2011, we will establish a right relationship with God. And so that when we find ourselves confronted and dealing with certain situations and circumstances, we'll know that if we kneel and knock, then surely we will know. Life is all about relationships. How we view each other depends largely upon what we know about each other. You may dislike me based on some presumption, something you feel on the inside, but once you get to know me, you may say, I find him to be a likable person, and you may change your mind. The same holds true in all of our relationships. Let me tell you, a young woman received a book from her fiance, and he asked her to read the book, and she read it, and she said, "This book is boring. I don't like the book." And the young man asked her again, "Did you notice who wrote it?" And she immediately started reading the book again when she saw her fiance's face on the cover as the author. And a few minutes later she said, "This is the best book I ever read." It had to do with her relationship with the author of the book. What made the difference? It was her relationship. It had nothing to do with the content. It had everything to do with her relationship. The same holds true in our relationship with Christ. We must desire Him before we can know Him. Jesus may love us and desire to be close to us, but unless we let Him in, our relationship with Him is surface and superficial at best. We may know of Him, but we shall not know Him. The world is largely spiritually dysfunctional. Let me say that again. The world, the church, we are largely spiritually dysfunctional. Our relationship with God is based on our limited knowledge of who we believe Him to be. Thousands upon thousands who profess to believe in the existence of God have no relationship with Jesus Christ, our Savior. It's as if they've mislaid who the Master is. In the Second Advent Review, the Sabbath Herald, an article titled "To the Brethren," Sister E.G. White writes these words: "We must be sanctified through the truth, be wholly consecrated to God, and live out our holy profession, so that He can shed increasing light upon us, that we may have light in His light, and be strengthened with His strength. Every moment that we are not on our watch, we are liable to be beset by the enemy, and in great danger of being overcome by the powers of darkness. Satan has his angels who are commissioned by him to be vigilant and to overthrow all he can, to find out the waywardness and besetting sins of those who profess the truth, and throw darkness around them, that they may cease to be watchful and take a course that would dishonor the cause they profess to love. Bring sorrow and sorrow upon the church, while daily the misguided, unwatchful souls growing darker, and the light of heaven is fading from them. They cannot discover their besetting sins, and Satan weaves his net about them until they are taken in the snare." She says, God is our strength. We must look to Him for wisdom and guidance. And with His glory in view, and the good of the church, and the salvation of our own souls, overcome our besetting sin. Each individual should seek to obtain new victory every single day. We must learn to stand alone and depend wholly upon God. The sooner we learn this, the better. Let each one find out where he fails, and then faithfully watch that his sins may not overcome him, but get the victory over his sin. Then, and only then, can we have confidence toward God, and great trouble will be saved the church. What does this relationship with Christ require of us? How can we know that our relationship with Him is based upon the sound Christian principles of salvation? We who are theologically astute have a tendency to complicate the relationship between Christ and His disciples. But it's not really that hard. It's not really that complex. You might only have to do 3 things if you listen closely tonight. You have to, anybody remember